Yo, what it is, what it is, what it is. Hey, 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 coming live, coming live, coming live, coming live, coming live, coming live. Hey, love yourself, Niecy, Miss Dixon, Faces and Beyond, and love me, Sharon Bell. Hey, hey, Nakia. Hey, Faces and Beyond. Hey, hey, Candace Badger. Hey, Anime. Stephen Vargas. What up, dog? What up, dog? Charlotte Banner. Hey, hey, love me, love me, love me. Hey, love me, love me, love me. The one. Hey, the one. Randa, baby. Hey, boo. Brenton, what's up, baby? What's up, boy? Hey, Brenton, I think, man, you need to have a cook-off, bro. Toy Smith, Lisa Williams, Lady D, Tasha Hawkins, Lodi. Oh, Lodi. Miss Hot Pink, hey. Junior Allen, what up, bro? Shari G, hey. Sunshine, hold up. Before we go any further, I wanna introduce the some and acknowledge the other. Our new mod, Sunshine 1919. She's the new moderator over here. Oh boy, soon I'm gonna have Aisha. I want to say shout out to Miss Lady T Dixon as well. Well, Miss Lady T Dixon, she keep me loaded. KYD Audio, I see you. Even though I'm mad at you right now, KYD Audio. Trevin Johnson, you're a fucking snake, Tour. Who was Tour? Who was Tour, Trevin? Me and Levi snakes. Oh, how was that possible? How's that possible, brother? No need to talk to the irrelevance. We snakes. They over there flipping. So before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and do it like this real quick. Hey, Rob, I need you to tell these folks exactly how you feel.
If I don't let it out, I'm gonna explode straight up. I'm sitting here looking at all these people around me.
I ain't worried about it, love me.
Tell me where would they
they gonna get this work today.
Most of them don't even care about Robert Kelly. No.
I need to see Infamous Sylvia in here before I proceed. Oh, all right, I see her.
Little brother really needs them. I was there for them when they needed me.
Hey, Bridget. Thank you so much, Miss Bridget.
People, they smile right in your face. They go and talk behind your back when they don't even know the facts. And some of y'all church folks point the finger at me. Yeah. Sometimes I like to party, drink, have sex, and smoke weed. Just because I love them things, it doesn't mean I'm going crazy. God, I wish I knew why people wanna hate me.
Let's go to the other one. So Oakland, Sidbo in the building. But I'm going to address that hater my way.
To the niggas that was doubting when I said I'd make it out, they didn't believe me. Fuck y'all. And to them bitches that was hating on the nigga trying to make it, talking plenty shit. Fuck y'all. And now that I'm up, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. And now that I'm up, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Yeah, now that I'm on. I'm from that project where they cool capers. Didn't have to watch the news to see police chases. Me and my mama living out of suitcases. I went from black ops to rocking black labels. When that landlord came, Lord have mercy. Now you see me in that all-white blue Mercy. Like I'm chilling with some supermodels that'll take it to the head. I ain't talking models, listen, they ain't bad on this underdog. Game 7, I'm balling hard. Astronaut, yeah, take it off. Your girl ready to take it off. All good, don't act cool now. My dick smooth, don't hop on now. Money up, so it's going down.
Yo, let's go into it. Let's get it. Because the hater said that me and Levi are snakes. Me and Levi are snakes. That's what this joker just said to me. That me and Levi are snakes. Trevin, let me introduce you to Real Life 101. Your boy did it to himself. Your boy opened up the can of worms for himself. They always say warning come before destruction. I warned him, I don't know how many times, about what was coming down the pipe. So, okay, Trevin, since you're in the lawn, I want you to take a sit back. And when you realize one thing, that lawyers are good. And when you enter into paperwork like this, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Listen to what I'm saying again. Lawyers are always good. At the end of the day, when I said that everything going to revolve back to me, he's going to need me before I need him. I'm not up to helping him. I'm thinking about the many nights that you want to lie on me, the many nights that you want to try to drag me for views and followers. I'm not helping him. I can, but I'm not. At the end of the day, hey, the government put him in it. I told him from the jump, the government gonna say something, nigga, chill. Nah, nigga, you tell R. Kelly to call me. Okay, cool. Well, since you made it this way, and I'm gonna focus, and I'm gonna say this. My sole focus is that guy that's in Houston. That guy. That's my focus. So let's go here. Let's see what the government got to say. All 15 pages. I ain't skipping not one. I hope, Trevin, you learn from this situation. It's a reason why you never see me attacking Azriel. It's a reason. It's a reason why you never see me attacking Faith. It's a reason why you never see me attacking Lisa Van Allen, and so on and so on and so on. Everything I said with their names in it, I provided receipts, proof, and accurate documentation. That's why they never mention my name. But I'm the distraction. Well, we about to see who the distraction is. And I'm sad to say this. That's the sole reason why I believe he wanted to form DHD. Now, I got accurate receipts out of his own mouth of him contacting Hollywood Next and saying, oh, Doug gonna back us. Let's go ahead and do this. I already got the Boski in my back pocket. Let's keep it 100. Ain't none of this on his YouTube streets ever got this bad until that man showed up. Even when me and him squashed it, it was fine, but he couldn't live being peaceful. He thrives off of pandemonium. How can you refute anything that I'm saying? Just like when the people from Chicago was donating for the dollar for the king. Go back to the video that I showed when he was talking about, oh, I cashed the money orders and I got the money, and then he pulling the money out of the bag. Let's talk about it. If he would tell the truth, he'd admit to it. So who's the real person stealing from the dollar for the king? I've been under watch behind the lies. They came in, they looked through my computers, couldn't find nothing. Oh, but now when the rooster come home to hatch, now all of a sudden, Dana J, you and Levi snakes. How? We ain't had nothing to do with this. This was totally him. 2.5 months going after that girl and her parents. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So let's go ahead. United States versus Robert Sylvester Kelly. Dear Judge Donnelly, pursuant to the court's May 1st, 2020 order, the government respectfully submits this letter in opposition to defendant Robert Kelly's third motion for bond because of COVID. The motion, based largely on the defendant's claim that he has a legitimate health risk, which is true, he do, namely his recent diagnosis of pre-diabetes, which purportedly places him at a higher risk of serious complications of the contract if he contracts COVID-19. The defendant further claims that this court should revisit its prior rulings denying release, particularly in light of the pandemic, because there are facts demonstrating that he is neither a flight risk, which he's not, nor a danger to the community, which he's not, as set forth in more detail below. Notwithstanding his recent diagnosis, the defendant has failed to provide a compelling reason warranting his temporary release. Moreover, the defendant likewise fails to rebut the presumption that the defendant poses a flight risk and a danger to the community. Wait a minute. They already have addressed that, Governor. According to defendant's motion, should be denied. Relevant background. The permanent order of detention on August 2nd, 2019, after holding a detention hearing, the Honorable Stephen Tiscone, magistrate judge in the Eastern District of New York, entered a permanent order of detention against the defendant pending his trial. During the hearing, Judge Tiscone found that given, one, the nature of the charges against the defendant, which at that time spanned from 1997 to 2018, and included allegations of sexual abuse of minors, coercion of minors, and child pornography. The defendant's history of similar allegations, the defendant's opportunity to flee given his access to financial resources, the defendant's incentive to flee given the seriousness of the charges in this district of the Northern District of Illinois, the defendant's potential obstruction in his prior trial, and the strong possibility of witness tampering if he were released. I'm gonna stop there. How can he do any of that? The question is this: Did he do that when he was home before y'all picked him up? No. So why would he do that now that y'all have picked him up? Come on, man. Make this make sense, government. And the fact that certain of the alleged crimes took place while the defendant was on bail during the previous trial. Wait a minute. The fact that certain of the alleged, you can't put fact, you can't put certain and then put alleged in the same sentence. Impossible. It has to be one or another. It's a fact that it happened, you're certain that it happened, or it's alleged that it happened. Which one is it? I'm going to keep going. While the defendant was pending in the previous trial. Okay. The defendant cannot be relied upon to comply with the conditions of release. Why can't he? He's been doing it the whole time. No issues. Judge Tiscone therefore concluded that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the appearance of the defendant and the safety of the community, and ordered the defendant to be detained pending trial. On October the 2nd, 2019, after reviewing briefing on the issue and holding oral argument, this court affirmed the order of detention. Minute entry reflecting the court's denial. Okay, they got all that. The court's denials of the defendant's motions for temporary release. On April the 7th, 2020, the court denied the defendant's March 26, 2020 emergency bail motion, finding inter alia. Hold on for a second. I need to know what that means. Okay, Google, what do inter alia mean?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Okay. I need to figure out what this means. So hold on. Because I like to be truthful. Inter alia, definition law. A phrase used in pleading to designate that a particular statute set out therein is only a part of the statute that is relevant to the facts of the lawsuit and not the entire statute. Inter alia is also used when reporting court decisions to indicate that there were other rulings made by. Okay, y'all see it for yourself. Let's go. The defendant had not demonstrated that he is within the group of people that the CDC has categorized as most at risk for contracting COVID-19, and 2, continues to pose a risk of flight and a danger to the community, particularly to prospective witnesses. The court further noted that the defendant is 53 years old, 12 years younger than the cohort of older adults, defined by the CDC as at high risk for severe illness from COVID-19. And he suffers from no medical condition that places him at higher risk for severe illness. Finally, the court did not find that the protective measures put in place by the BOP sufficiently interfered with the defendant's ability to prepare for his defense with counsel to warrant his release. On April 21st, 2020, the court denied the defendant's renewed emergency motion for release, finding inter alia that the defendant is not uniquely at risk for contracting severe illness from COVID-19, and 2, the risks associated with the defendant's release have not changed. Specifically, The court found that the defendant continued to pose a risk of flight because, among other things, he is now facing serious charges in multiple federal and state jurisdictions, and that the risk that the defendant would try to obstruct justice or intimidate prospective witnesses has not dissipated. So he therefore poses a risk to the public. The court further emphasized that the conditions suggested by the defendant to mitigate his risk of flight and obstruction are inadequate because they can be easily circumvented by the defendant, and they cannot ensure that the defendant with a history and sensitive an opportunity to interfere with potential witnesses will not do so. Discussion. In the motion, the defendant argues that his court's previous ruling denying the defendant's motion for release unfairly skews things against Mr. Kelly, completely failing to recognize any of the facts that show, even more so now in the current quarantine environment, that he is neither a serious risk of flight nor a danger to the community. Motion 1. In defense of this position, however, the defendant sets forth the wrong legal standard, asserting the question is whether there are any conditions that will permit release. The motion, however, requests temporary release as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The actual question before this court, therefore, is whether the defendant has presented a compelling reason to grant such temporary release under 18 United States Constitution 3142, as set forth below in greater detail. The answer to that question is no. To the extent the defendant also seeks reconsideration of the court's prior findings that the defendant poses a risk of flight and a danger to the community with respect to the detention determination made prior to, and irrespective of the COVID-19 pandemic, the legal standard asserted by the defendant remains incorrect. The defendant is, of course, afforded a presumption of innocence with respect to the charges in this case. With respect to pretrial detention, however, the nature of the charges in this case result in a rebuttable presumption that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the appearance of the defendant as required and the safety of the community. 18 USC 3142E, paragraph 3, stationary letter E. As such, the question before this court is whether the defendant has successfully rebutted this statutory presumption. He has not. I'm gonna stop there. My question is, how can he be? He's innocent until proven guilty. Y'all trying to make him guilty until proven innocent. That's not fair. That's against his constitutional rights. Sorry about that. Even if the defendant were to provide sufficient evidence to rebut this presumption, which he has not, and he has government, the question this court must consider in turn is whether the government has met its respective burdens of demonstrating that the defendant presents a risk of flight and a danger to the community. As set forth below, the government has met its burden in this regard. Accordingly, this court should again deny the defendant's motion for release. A, the defendant has not offered a compelling reason for temporary release. As this court is aware, the defendant has been detained pursuant to a permanent order of detention pending trial. The defendant now moves for temporary release from custody due to the current COVID-19 pandemic. The defendant's motion should be denied. Under Bail Reform Act 18 USC 3142I, a judicial officer may, by subsequent order, permit the temporary release of a person in the custody of the United States Marshal or other appropriate person, to the extent that the judicial officer determines such release to be necessary for preparation of the person's defense or for another compelling reason. Notably, this provision has been used sparingly to permit a defendant's release where, For example, he is suffering from a terminal illness or serious injuries. In support of his third request for temporary release, the defendant relies on his recent diagnosis of prediabetes as a basis for this court to grant him temporary release. The defendant alleges that this condition, coupled with other purported medical issues and the fact that he is incarcerated, places him at a much higher risk for serious complications, which is true. If he were to become infected with COVID-19, he would die if he do. And government, y'all have to realize this. Would y'all want that on y'all hand, that the icon, the singer, the man, the myth, Robert Kelly, R. Kelly, has died in y'all custody due to COVID-19, due to the fact that y'all wouldn't allow him to get away from it and still come to court? He's shown that he's never ducked a court case ever. So what's the problem? Come on. The defendant, however, has provided insufficient grounds for this court to conclude that he is in category of individuals who would have heightened risk of severe complications from COVID-19, and his motion should be denied. Why should his motion should be denied? Why should it be denied? Because what y'all saying don't make sense. Michael Avenatti wasn't denied. Cohen wasn't denied. All the gangbangers wasn't denied. So why should R. Kelly be denied? And mention this, they were all found guilty and convicted. R. Kelly haven't been found guilty at all. Neither have he been convicted. So let's go here. Let's go down. Scroll down. That's case law. Case law. Case law. That's case law. That's case law. That's case law. Let's go here. The defendant's contention that MCC Chicago is not taking any medical action to mitigate any of these conditions and thus increasing his risk is without merit. To the contrary, the defendant has been regularly evaluated and treated by medical personnel at MCC Chicago for various issues since his incarceration. Indeed, since the beginning of this year, the defendant has been seen by clinical director Brej Mohan, MD, almost monthly, specifically on January 21st, 2020, February 10th, 2020, March 31st, 2020, and May the 1st, 2020, and by nurse practitioners on 5 occasions: January the 17th, 2020, March 19th, 2020, March 26th, 2020, April 7th, 2020, and April 29th, 2020. Wait, I'm gonna pause this shit right here. If you can dictate all of that, why was y'all withholding this information? Why was the government withholding this information? It wasn't until the defense team brought out something that they were holding. Now all this is coming out. Things that make you go, The defendant has also been seen multiple times by registered nurses this year as well. With respect to the defendant's reported issues consistent with standard recommendations, you know, you got the whole line right there. I'm gonna scroll down. Okay. The pre-diabetes does not inevitably lead to diabetes and may be managed or cured through healthy lifestyle changes. Medical personnel treating the defendant has advised him to manage his pre-diabetes, elevated cholesterol levels, and weight with dietary changes and exercise. For example, on April 29th, 2020, during a recent medical appointment, the nurse practitioner discussed ways to reduce cholesterol, including smaller portions, especially simple carbs such as chips, sweets, and commissary, and to increase activity with the defendant. How can you increase anything and he's confined due to the pandemic? He can't go outside. Come on, man. Y'all sound real dumb right now. Moreover, the defendant was counseled regarding exercises he he could engage in, even though he's restricted to his cell during the COVID-19 lockdown. The nurse practitioner also discussed ways to calm the defendant's mind and breathing exercises with the defendant. And in addition, on May the 1st, 2020, during an approximately 45-minute visit with Dr. Mohan, the defendant was counseled to do regular room exercises, loose, sick weight, take multivitamins, and B12 vitamin for nerve health. Moreover, Dr. Mohan noted that he would check labs again once the defendant starts regular exercises and lose sick weight. So he's sick. While the defendant complained that he can't exercise in the small room and he can't have the diet he needs or wants, Dr. Mohan further counseled the defendant to avoid sweets and fatty foods, explained about the national menu, and stated that he would provide the defendant with a calorie count chart so that he can consume a 2,000 calorie K-cal diet every day per chart. The defendant's medical records further note that the food services manager was notified to provide national menu calorie chart to the defendant as discussed. In addition to counseling the defendant on steps he can take to treat his condition and mitigate the risk of further exacerbating it, Dr. Mahan specifically noted that additional laboratory tests would be ordered at the end of June to monitor his progress after implementing lifestyle changes. Let's skip this. That's about that. Let's skip this. That's case law. This is a lot. This case law, and they talking about the COVID. That's talking about the COVID. Okay. On April 7, 2020, and considering the defendant's emergency motion for temporary release, the court reasoned in part the defendant is currently in custody because of the risk that he will flee or attempt to obstruct, threaten, or intimidate prospective witnesses. The defendant has not explained how those risks have changed. I read that already above. Citing attendance record, I read that above. Okay. This is a case law right here. This is a case law. This is a case law, which is R. Kelly's case law. Come on. This is a case law. God damn. How many case laws are they trying to put in there? Okay. In addition to defendant's repeated proclamations that he has no financial resources available to him and that there are no individuals willing to assist him monetarily or otherwise, is contradicted by past and recent events. In addition to the defendant's continued access to his own financial resources in form of royalties, government Op 2 at 3, nothing that in the first quarter of 2020 alone, the defendant received over $200,000 in royalty proceeds. Because of his notoriety, the individual's acquaintances and strangers alike continue to express their interest in providing financial support to the defendant. For example, after the defendant's arrest by Cook County in Illinois on multiple charges related to sexual abuse of minors, some fans offered to pay the defendant's $100,000 bail. Believing that the defendant, who had not yet posted bail and remained incarcerated for multiple days, was unable to pay. R. Kelly investigation. Female fans are trying to pay the singer's bail available at, and then that's where this is where it's noted at. I guess females are saying they had paid the bail. Okay. While the Department of State has issued a level 4 advisory that individuals avoid travel, the airline travel has been significantly reduced due to the pandemic. It is certainly not impossible. and the defendant contends for individuals to travel by air. For example, the Transportation Security Administration reported that on May the 20th, 170,254 travelers were screened for airline travel, TSA checkpoint. Reported by Chicago Tribune reporter Will Lee, who said on Twitter, a court clerk just told me their office was receiving calls from female R. Kelly fans wanting to know how to post bail for him. The love is real, I guess. I mean, what's wrong? I mean, that's what they wanted to do. But wait a minute. This is what I was waiting to get to. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In addition, as the defendant's counsel is well aware, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. 115 code 4. Let's get into it. In addition, as the defendant's counsel is well aware, acquaintances of and fans of the defendant have used social media to try to secure funds for Kelly's benefit. Indeed, one of the defendant's attorneys, Douglas Anton, has himself appeared by telephone on at least 2 occasions on one such individual's YouTube channel. And during these appearances, Mr. Anton either advised those wanting to send money for the defendant's defense to do so to his attention, or participated while requests for donations for the defendant's defense were made by the host and others. See Doug Anton, R. Kelly lawyer. This is what Kevin said. See Doug Anton, R. Kelly lawyer, follows me on Facebook, and he came on my Facebook Live and talked about Kells. Available at, and here's the link. Here's the link. Hold on. There's the link. At approximately minute 3 minute 35 mark of the video, Mr. Anton participates by telephone. And approximately 15 minutes and 45, Mr. Anton advises that while he is not requesting donations, those who wish to donate may send funds to his office. And it's titled Up at Night with DJ Tyson. The timestamp, 47 minutes. Doug calls in and Dana called Doug and lies to Kel's lawyer. So DJ Tyson put me in the middle of this shit. Wow. But man, Levi snakes. Timestamp, 47 minutes. Doug calls in and Dana calls Doug and lies to Kel's lawyer. Jesus Christ. Bruh, take your whipping by yourself. Host and fans request donations be directed care of Mr. Anton, and Mr. Anton calls in to participate, beginning at approximately minute 48 minutes and 18 seconds. Each of these videos received almost 5,000 to 4,000 views, respectively, while the potential donations referred to in these videos were described as being for the purpose of the defendant's defense and would presumably not be provided to the defendant. Wow. These nevertheless demonstrates that others on the defendant's behalf can use social media to rally others, even strangers, to provide financial support for the defendant if necessary, as previously preferred by the government, given the defendant's history of maintaining funds in bank accounts bearing the names of the individuals. See, e.g. government op to deaf MOT to reconsider docket numbers 27 and 28. I'm gonna stop there. that proves the point exactly. When you are attacking a person in an indictment, they are watching you. You thought we was joking, Kevin Terrell. They got you, DJ Tyson. They got you. And then you put a title that says Doug calls in and Dana calls Doug and lies to Kel's lawyer. This is what I want to say, brother. Do not ever try to say I'm a snake when you have included myself and Doug into your bullshit and shenanigans. I will never talk to you again. I will never hold any type of counsel with you. Bruh, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. They are on your tail for what you did. Even though you took down the videos, disproving that they got all of your videos, you're going to jail. So while you got your cronies thinking that me and Levi snakes, tell them to read. You did this, not us. You did this. Let's get back to it. Stating that the government's investigation has revealed that earlier this year, the defendants redirected royalties to the bank account of a childhood friend. The defendants claimed that his ability to secure resources to flee is an impossibility, is simply not credible. Man, this is case law. But let's go. Putting aside that the defendant's ability to physically abscond, he has also failed to rebut the presumption that he poses a danger to the public by, among other things, intimidating or unlawful persuading witnesses. The stakes in a criminal case are high, and temptations of perjury, subordination, and intimidation are ever present. United States v. Sindone, the case law. This court instructed the defendant to refrain from contacting potential witnesses directly or indirectly. There would be little ability for the government to adequately police the defendant's compliance with such an order while on release. As this court has recognized, there would be no ability for the government to prevent the defendant from receiving visitors or using a concealed cellular phone or computer to contact individuals with the goal of interfering with witnesses himself, or directing others to interfere with witnesses on his behalf. See April 21st, 2020 order at 3, reasoning that the defendant's pro-offered conditions of release cannot stop a defendant from using an unauthorized telephone or digital device to contact potential witnesses or from inducing someone else to do so. The defendant is, in essence, absurdly suggests that this court must first wait for the defendant to attempt to commit obstruction, in this case, before his detention is warranted. This is clearly not required under 18 U.S.C. 3142 E and 3, which, given the charges in this case, presumes subject to rebuttal that the defendant is in danger to the community, a presumption which the defendant has failed to rebut. To provide the defendant with the opportunity to interfere with witnesses based on his recommend wait and see approach, which wrongly assumes that any witnesses that Mr. Kelly would attempt to intimidate would immediately call law enforcement, flies in the face of the purposes of 18 U.S.C. 3142 E, 3, and E, and turns a blind eye to the very nature of witness intimidation or unlawful persuasion. It also ignores the defendant's history of obstruction of obstruction, I got it, of justice and committing the serious crimes while on pretrial release on his state case. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's scroll down a little bit. And let's go here. While the defendant is presumed innocent, the law does not require the court to ignore serious charges returned by a duly constituted grand jury and making its pretrial detention determination. That's another case law. All right, let's go here. The defendant's proposed condition. Hold on. Hello? No. That's fine. That's fine, but that's cool. That's fine. I got it. In any event, sorry about that, y'all. In any event, as the court has recognized, the government has preferred evidence that the defendant has demonstrated a clear pattern of interfering with potential witnesses in the past and has also engaged in behavior reflecting his ability and willingness to engage in obstructive activity in the future. However, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to say this. The only person that has been doing what they was doing to go after Azriel was DJ Tyson. He want to be famous. He want to be the man. So let's put him in lights. He's in the federal government directive. He's in a federal government directive. Now, we get into some good parts now. We are getting into some good parts. And the good parts that we get into is this right here. If you wasn't reported by Azriel and them and others, you wouldn't have appeared in this document. However, with that being said, I do not give anybody consent to play, replay, or do commentary on my original content. I, actor Dana J, Dana Jackson, Dantes Jackson, am the only one that is required to play and reboot anything that happens on this channel. Therefore, anything that's been spreaded from this channel, as in a negative light, a positive light, or whatever light, that I deem not faithful and without permission, will be considered a violation of my Fair Reporting Act. Let's get to it. Right here, discussion court's detention of defendants charged with serious crimes, notwithstanding their ability or conditions such as home confinement and electronic monitoring. Here's my question. Why can't he get that? Oh, he got these charges, this and this. Well, Epstein had charges. He got one. Michael Avenatti had charges. He had one. Harvey Weinstein had charges. He had one. Have I missed anybody? Do I got to keep going on and on and on? Because I got a whole list. So if they can have charges that's way worse than this in multiple jurisdictions, Avenatti, Harvey Weinstein, why can't he get it? What's good for the goose is always good for the gander unless you're of color, which means we as a colored folks, people of melanin, let's stop saying black folks because we are not black. We are not African American. We are melanin people. Let's get our standing back. We as people of melanin, we have to recreate a balance and set it so that way when we recreate this balance and set it, nobody should be able to come into our community and take anybody, any one of us, whether it be the highest of high or the lowest of low. Check it. We can't go into their community and take Macaulay Culkin, and he's at the low of the low. We definitely can't go in their community and take Harvey Weinstein, but they can come in our community and take R. Kelly. They can come in our community and take Bill Cosby. Let's go deeper. They can come in our community and take Tukey Williams and kill him. Not only did they kill him, they used the Terminator to kill him. But nobody is saying nothing about this. They come in our community and demonstrate the beatdown on Rodney King, and nobody say nothing. So yeah, we need to police our own and not be biased. So with that being said, when you can walk into the courthouse and film and then post it and then lie about it and then go on a 2-month rant. And I know some folks be like, oh, what about Dubosky? This was way before a fucking Dubosky. This was before Dubosky. This was a rant that this brother created. And it all started from him recording Angelo illegally. Now, I don't talk to Angelo. I'll go on record and say, I don't talk to Angelo. And whatever him and that brother got going on, that's them. I know Angelo wasn't pleased with it, and because he have demonstrated it to DJ a couple times on DJ Tyson's Live. So let's not make this about Angelo. Let's make this about DJ Tyson. Your actions made this possible. Your actions made this possible. You going at them, calling them whatever you calling them, talking about she's sucking dick and all this, you did that. So while you sending your cronies over here, tell your cronies to sit down in the lawn and read. You never seen where they said Dana J was on a live saying anything. You never see where they said Levi was on a live saying anything. I'm gonna take it a step further. You never seen them say, and man, this brother don't talk. We don't even like each other. You never seen them say the Dubosky gun is on a live doing anything. You see DJ Tyson and Lynx. Then I'm gonna go here. You don't see them saying Hollywood Next saying anything. But you see DJ Tyson. So let's go here. The least common denominator of all the bullshit that happened and started on YouTube is none other than who? DJ Tyson. And when his back is against the wall, what did he do? He called Doug Anton and lied. Dana J is in trouble. That's the only reason why Doug Anton called him. And then when he called, he flipped it to make it seem like something else. That's why Doug called me. But guess what? I'm going to support my guy. Doug Anton's my guy. I'm going to support my guy when it's time to go to court. DJ Tyson, I hope you got your support. Because you can easily get people to say, yo, go to court. I'm going to dispel all that because I'm going to ask one question. Do you have firsthand knowledge? And as soon as they say, yeah, I'm going to show the judge everybody that had firsthand knowledge. And when their name don't show up, their ass going to jail for perjury. This is not a game. This is about R. Kelly's life. Y'all want to play games? I'm not playing games. Your name shouldn't even have appeared in here. The same thing I told your boy Don Russell. The bank account should not have appeared in the goddamn discovery if you ain't doing no fucked up shit and trying to put it on Raw. At the end of the day, We can go wash our ass anytime we want. We can go eat anything we want. But he got to be told when to come out, when to eat, when to play, when to wash. It's unacceptable to me. And I don't care who don't like it. I stand on what I say. I'm a man of my word, and I stand on principle. I don't stand on bullshit. I stand on principle and facts. Let's continue. In any event, as the court has recognized, the government has proffered evidence that the defendant has demonstrated a clear pattern of interfering with potential witnesses in the past. Here's my question. How did R. Kelly do that? How did R. Kelly do that? Because he ain't even talked to the witnesses. But wasn't it DJ Tyson that did that? And has also engaged in behavior reflecting his ability and willingness to engage in obstructive activity in the future. How did R. Kelly do this shit? DJ Tyson don't know R. Kelly. R. Kelly don't know him. So this way I get mad at. I wish the federal government split the two. You go ahead and give Tyson all of the sentences he wants. Don't put that shit on Rob because Rob don't know the motherfucker. Let's keep it 100. Then it says, stating that the government advanced detail and substantive reason to deny the defendant's motion, including his history of obstruction, intimidation, and witness tampering. His attempts to continue these efforts while incarcerated. Wait a minute. His attempts to continue these efforts while incarcerated. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to go get something to drink. I want y'all to ponder on that one. I'm back. Let's go. His attempts to continue these efforts while incarcerated, ID at 4 through 5, and the nature and scope of the charged crimes, ECF number 34 at 5 through 6, and citing examples. See also generally, government replied, re-motion and lim to preclude disclosure document number 37. I'm not taking no calls right now. Please wait till I finish. Hello, call. I'm not taking calls right now. Give me like 10 minutes. I'm not taking calls right now. Give me like 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. The defendant. Okay, my battery low. The defendant claims that he never did a single obstructive thing related to these proceedings, including with respect to certain of the Jane Does, or that the idea that Mr. Kelly would now obstruct anyone is folly. I need y'all to prove that he did. Contradicted by inter alia, the evidence proffered by the government regarding the defendant's decades-long preemptive tactics aimed at discrediting potential witnesses in future cases against him. Memo at 8. Government opt to to reconsider document numbers 2728 at 4 through 5. Government Moat and Lim. Okay. All these documents. Okay. His previous intimidation of Jane Doe's number 6. Uh-oh. 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 His previous intimidation of Jane Doe number 6. What are they talking about? That's Don Russell with the letter, with his mother, with the pictures. That's Don Russell. I've told y'all that months ago. That's Don Russell. Formerly Jane Doe number 5. So we all know that this is Faith. As a result of her commencing a lawsuit against the defendant. It's telling you right there who's doing what. But y'all run into these folks and y'all saying y'all for R. Kelly. How can y'all be for R. Kelly? And y'all run into the people that's keeping him or that's aiding the government to keep him arrested. Help me make this make sense. And then when I show up with the truth, y'all look at me as being the problem. So guess what? It's been said that I disrupted Kel's Nation. Guess what? For my guy, I don't mind disrupting Kel's Nation because everything I said is sitting right here. It's sitting right here. So not only are they talking about DJ Tyson, they now talking about Don Russell. Birds of a feather flock together. Think about it. As a result of her commencing a lawsuit against the defendant, and the defendants at times successful attempts to circumvent the restrictive conditions placed on him aimed at monitoring his activities while he has been incarcerated on the instant charges. This is sad. Indeed, given the defendant's willingness to bypass the strict conditions placed upon him while he is incarcerated, it is more than reasonable for this court to find that there is a serious risk that the defendant will find ways to elude the conditions placed upon him while at home without any direct supervision. Finally, the defendant's suggestion that there is parity between his circumstances and those of his co-defendants charged in the Northern District of Illinois indictment. Whereas here, the defendant is facing, among other things, prosecution for serious crimes in 4 separate jurisdictions. 4. Name the 4, government. This is where you lying. Northern District of Illinois. Northern District of Illinois, Eastern District of New York. Where's the other jurisdictions? Because the state is not a jurisdiction when a Fed come into play. So you can't use the state. Like I say, he's facing state charges in Minnesota and in Chicago, but he's only facing 2 federal jurisdictions. Numerous charges related to the sexual assault and exploitation of minors, and is subject to multiple mandatory minimum sentences if convicted of certain charges in the Eastern District of New York and the Northern District of Illinois, respectively, lacks all merit. Moreover, the Northern District of Illinois court's determination regarding the defendant's co-defendant's bond should have no bearing on this court's findings regarding the defendant's request for temporary release. Here, the government has and continues to object to the defendant's release, and this court has made repeated findings that the defendant's detention is warranted. The defendant's thin assurances that he will not attempt to flee or obstruct the proceedings hold little weight given the defendant's history, the nature of the charges, and in light of the statutory presumption which he has continuously failed to rebut. I'm sorry. Accordingly, this court should find, as it has previously done, that the defendant poses a risk of flight and danger to the community and deny the defendant's motions for release. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to put it down, flip it, and I'm going to reverse it. How can he be a risk of flight when he didn't run and from 2002 to 2008, when he didn't run when y'all booked him the first time and then let him come home, when he didn't run while he was just sitting there waiting, and when y'all came and got him, he ain't run then. He ain't put up a fight. He said, okay, cool. He went willingly. And the only thing he said was, call my lawyer. Nothing else was said. He told a certain person, call my lawyer. The lawyer was called. Greenberg flew straight over. He did what he did, took care of situations, and it's been going on since. So how is he a risk of flight? Then you say danger to the community. How is he a danger to the community when he only deal with a very small few? He don't go nowhere. Only places he go is to court and back home. He don't interact with people. And then I guess y'all gonna say, oh, well, he stayed at Trump Tower. That would have been more reason for people to have a goddamn booth that, okay, R. Kelly's here. And you would have heard a whole lot of commotion. You ain't hear none of that. So how was he a danger to the community? And he didn't deal with nobody. But then let's go here. Let's talk about Ms. Azriel for a second, okay? Why is it that she was able to see him and she was in the indictment while he was locked up? She's able to talk to him. She was able to record him, which is a federal crime because you can't record inmate conversations. She was able to record him, and that was fine. But now he's a danger to the community because they parted ways. The government full of it. The government full of it on that note. On that note. Even if the defendant's proposed conditions are sufficient to rebut the statutory presumption, which they are not, the defendant's detention is still warranted because for the reasons articulated above, the government has met its burden of persuasion. Whoa. The government has met its burden of persuasion. The government has met its burden of persuasion by a preponderance of evidence that the defendant presents a risk of flight and by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant presents a danger to the community. So government, why are you trying to persuade the judge? Ain't that I keep forgetting. A corporation can persuade a corporation. I gotta make a call. Hold on, y'all. I gotta make a call because this don't sound right to me. I gotta make a call. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Ro, question. I'm gonna read a small tab to you about something. Are you busy? Okay. Yeah, well, so make sure you call me back because I need clearance about something because this don't make sense. Uh, okay. All right, cool. Cool. Are you okay? Okay. Take take it and then call me back. All right. Ooh. I hope I ain't get him in trouble, man. Damn. He in the middle of court. My bad. But I'm stuck right here. The government has met its burden of persuasion by a preponderance of evidence that the defendant presents a risk of flight and by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant presents a danger to the community. So why do the government got to persuade the judge? They doing any and everything they can do to keep him. Accordingly, this court should again find that the defendant poses a risk of flight and a danger to the community, and that no condition or combination of conditions can assure the defendant's compliance or safety of the public. Conclusion. But before I go to conclusion, this right here, y'all, once my guy called me back and clear this up, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read this one little part and I'm gonna break it down in the way that he clears it up for me. All right. Part 3, conclusion. For the reasons stated herein and in the government's prior submissions related to the defendant's detention and history of obstruction, the defendant's third emergency motion for release should be denied. Respectfully submitted, Richard P. Donahue, United States Attorney. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna click off that. I'm gonna click off that and I'm gonna say this. Now I hope y'all look at stuff as for what it is and realize that when I say things, I'm not just attacking people. I'm either trying to save you. Okay, Miss Bridget. You know what? Call in. Or you can call in now. I'm taking calls for a short period of time. 470-355-8221. But I want to say this. I hope y'all realize that when I say things, it's not to scare nobody or go against nobody. It's strictly to either help or strictly to warn. You're live on Live Raw and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you, caller?
Dana.
Hey.
This is Dana.
Yes.
Listen, this is Miss B, as you've always known me. Listen, and my time is up. I have been an informant, but an informant for something for us as African Americans. I can't tell you over the phone what I am about. I've been about it. I've been on everybody's live. I've watched everything. So now it's time. This thing here is going to get real big. And a lot of people are going to jail. Do you understand? And it's not you, Dana, but I'm letting you know. When I've been calling in to you and everything and everybody else, yeah, you think you got a number. A number is to a cell phone that can be trashed. We are something secret. You have to keep doing what you're doing. A lot of people you're going to see are going to jail. And that's it. And my time is up because I'm off the case now. So that's it. God bless y'all. I've been here for y'all. And I'm for Robert L. Kelly. I'm for Robert Sylvester Kelly all day. And you know what? But we around. Y'all think we ain't around the big organizations, but we've been around. Y'all been asleep. It's time to wake up. Love you, Dana. Love you.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna say this. I really had to take some time off. I really had to go. I'm not understanding this. Um, you're live on Live and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
This spitting fire, what's going on?
I'm good.
You been all right?
Yeah.
I just heard you read the rebuttal, and I want to talk about it a little bit. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just don't understand. Like, you never know who's who.
Well, you don't.
And
Definitely you don't.
And it's like, it's crazy that it had to get to this point.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I was sitting up there reading your indictment, and I wanted to see, I see that there were names, YouTubers' names in the indictment or whatever, and I just wanted to see what people, how they were feeling and, you know, the energy of the subscribers. And it's so funny, as I mentioned weeks ago, that people have literally got away.
Hold on for a minute, spitting fire. Hey, Denise Wainwright, that was not Denise Brewer. That was not Denise Brewer at all. So please, if you don't know who it is, let's not put names in the chat. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, so like I said weeks ago, people have gotten away from it being about Robert Kelly, and they even got to the point where they're just being loyal to their bloggers. You know, it's so funny because if your name is, people don't read. You know what I mean? They so mad at you reading this indictment, they're not literally listening or even getting a copy of the indictment themselves and reading it. All you got to do is read it for yourself. You don't have to just be, you know what I'm saying, loyal to your favorite blogger. Read it for yourself. It's saying that. So they making it if when you read an indictment, they making it seem like you making this shit up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That shit is crazy to me. It's crazy. This is why I sat up here and I decided not to never have these people on my platform talk about these alleged accusers, these people that's supposed to be in the indictment, attorneys. That's why I just don't want them on here, because of stuff like this. It's an open case, it's ongoing, and these things can be used against him. You know, I move the way I move for a reason. And this is why I attack the law, because of the rebuttals like this. Well, they're trying to say that he's not connected to his fans. You understand? His fans. So every celebrity that has fans need to be concerned about what their fans are doing, because they can be held accountable for it. People that you don't know, they can be held accountable for. I just pray
that Steve Greenberg and Doug Anton rebut that rebuttal. You understand? To let them know that these people are not acquainted with Robert Sylvester Kelly in no shape, form, or fashion. They are just fans. And he has no control over their behavior and what they put on their platform, nor did he instruct people to behave in such a way. These things have to be said because the people who are actually reporting this stuff to the prosecutor's office, they also have videos out here. Ain't nothing permanently deleted. So Steve needs to boost up and get these investigators out there and pull some of these ops videos about how they were going back and forth and things like that and doing the intimidating things that they were doing to the fans.
Well, the thing is this, sis.
And everything else.
Well, the thing is this, Miss B. I never would have known that she was an informant for the defense team. I'm just crazy because it's like
stuff out here too. You best believe, just like the prosecutor got their stuff out here, the defense got theirs out here. The only difference is that people need to understand is the defense can't release what they have like the prosecutor can release what they have.
Right.
Like they can release a certain amount of stuff that they have to make themselves look good to the judge. But the defense can't do that. The defense got to save all their tools and all of what they have for the trial. You understand?
Right.
I don't want everybody to get discouraged.
Right. And I'm gonna say this.
The driver's seat.
Right. And I'm gonna say this. Countless tears. Doug only called into Tyson live because Tyson texted him and said something about me, of me being in trouble. That's the only reason why he called.
But here's the thing. I can't tell a grown man what to do and what not to do.
Right.
And I'm quite sure Doug thought that he was just a fan and that he was just really, truly advocating for R. Kelly and all this. Now, I'm quite sure he didn't, or probably wasn't even watching him. He probably watched him, but not enough to know that he was calling people as rat and all this and all of that. I'm sure that he didn't do that. And I'm sure that Kevin thought that he was actually taken up for R. Kelly. I'm sure of that as well. I mean, I'm not going to put it past him, but you have to watch the way you move because some of the stuff that you say, you have to understand that this case is open. You understand what I'm saying? You have to really be careful because this case is open. So I'm not even mad at him for thinking that he's doing what he thought was right or showing support, but because we can all think that we're doing the right thing to only realize that, that may not have been the right thing to do. You get what I'm saying? So, but when you realize that you're not doing the right thing, when you know better, you're supposed to do better, or you're supposed to actually apologize to the people and stuff like that. See, the problem is people don't want to take accountability for nothing. You know, I've always apologized for the things I apologize to the subscribers if I behave a certain way. You know what I mean? When you out here and you really advocating for somebody and you may have messed up, the right thing to do is to simply say, you know what, I thought that I was really helping them, and I apologize to the fans, and I apologize to him and the defense team or whatever, because now you actually have that out there in the public, that apology, because that's not what you were intending to do. And that's what has to be said. Because now that that's in the indictment, that he has to rebut as well. So the defense come back and say, yes.
Hey, spin fire. I'm sorry to cut you off, sis, but it's too late for him. Whenever you appear in a rebuttal, the next step, they looking to come lock you up. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. When the federal government puts you in a rebuttal, you best to believe the next thing is that RICO Act. He's going to be put in that RICO Act. Here's my thing. I don't fuck with him, but I hope that don't happen for him. And that's coming from me. I don't fuck with him, but I hope that don't happen. At the end of the day, am I going to go out on a limb for him again? No, I'm not. So now, whatever happens to him, happens. I am not sticking my neck out again for somebody that snaked me repeatedly, for somebody that caused a whole bunch of bullshit on these YouTube streets and created division. I will not do it.
I get it.
I will not do it. So now here's the problem.
Yeah.
He's going to run to Daboski. You best believe he's going to call Hollywood next and say, yo, I need your help. If they were smart, they would change their number or block him. And because at the end of the day, when the federal government come down like this is nothing to play with.
This is not, yeah, you're right.
This is nothing to play with. And when you being in and the thing is this, it's not that he was just mentioned in a rebuttal. They gave his screen name. They gave his links, which means they are watching you for a while. So now, I bet he's thinking about now when Dana said, yo, stop talking about Azriel. When I got the word to tell him, stop talking about Azriel. And then he said, oh, you tell R. Kelly to call me. And he made a joke about it. And everybody over there that followed him joked about it. For months, I took heat about all this shit. The minute I get quiet, shit always happens. So yeah, I got quiet. I didn't know this was coming out and today because I was focusing on Wednesday. But at the end of the day, I'm not helping a motherfucker who tried to publicly humiliate me. After I gave you that gratitude of squashing shit with you. And I was willing to help him. But then he felt as though Daboski had the loudest voice. And Daboski was the toughest. And that's fine. Feel how you feel. Link with who you want. That's fine. But you bringing that man, and then once again, man, Hollywood, but don't get along, but you lied to her and you bringing them together as a team. So, okay, so what if the federal government would have said, you know what? He rock with them, all three of them go. Then what?
Well, I don't want none of them to go. Here's the thing. We may not all get along, but if you're supposed to be advocating for R. Kelly, we need all the advocates that we can get. So my thing is, I don't want no R. Kelly bloggers to go to jail. Like, I don't want none of this. He can't afford that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's fighting for his life. He needs somebody to keep the words and stuff out there. Because we are moving.
Oh, no, Bridget, I'm not afraid at all. I'm not afraid at all. I was a little shook, but I'm not afraid at all because I ain't do nothing wrong.
I know, but I'm not saying about you doing anything wrong. I'm just saying in general. Like, we can't afford to even let no one go to jail. Anybody who can come out, blogging, first of all, is not even, it's a hard job to do. You know, people think that this shit is easy. It's not. That's why you have a lot of them come and a lot of them go. And you have a lot of them just do opinions and stuff like that because blogging is actually really a job. But when you have people that actually come out and blog, you don't want them to be in indictment or in the rebuttal or anything like that. Like, bloggers, you know, you have to stay out of it. At some point, you know what I'm saying, you could be crossing the line legally, and that's not what you want to do. You don't want to do that. That's not what we... No, that's not what we
call in next, Levi. But I'm gonna say this. But I'm sorry, Smith. I mean, let me address this.
I'm gonna let Levi go.
No. Finish saying what you're saying.
Well, the thing of it is that we don't need to lose anyone in this, whether we get along with them or not. If they're advocating for the cause, we have to stay focused that it's for that cause only. It's that a lot of subscribers forgot that and they just being supportive of the blogger. No, the blogger is supposed to advocate to who you advocate for. So they forgot that. And it's so unfortunate that this is happening because now we have a division again in a whole different way. We have a division of, are you for R. Kelly or are you for this blogger? You know, they just took the shine away from R. Kelly, who is the main subject matter and the main person we're advocating for, and made it about themselves. You know, they have not even, they sitting up there, I have read chat, and I'm not going to say whose channel I was on, but they literally just blame you. And I'm thinking, why are they blaming Dana? Not that I'm taking up for you, because they always say I do, but not that I am, but in a sense I am. Because here's the thing. He reading the rebuttal. He didn't write this shit. You didn't write this shit. This shit came from the United States government letterhead. He's reading that. So how is it that they're blaming you for what you're reading that the United States government has rebuttal to the defense?
Because that's
like people literally forgot who they supposed to be advocating for. Instead of saying, well, wait a minute. This is not about you. This is about R. Kelly, Robert Sylvester Kelly. Like, I don't understand. I'm just so glad that I just go the legal route because this stuff here is just bad. I mean, it just really broke my heart as I heard you read that rebuttal. It really broke my heart. It really did. Because all the stuff that we witnessed and we knew that they were watching or whatever, and for those who are R. Kelly bloggers, I really feel sorry for you because here's the thing. All the work that you guys have done has just like almost went down the drain with this rebuttal. Like people have literally came in and all the work you've done advocating for R. Kelly has literally went down the drain. And half the people, the subscribers, forgot that they were on here for and support of R. Kelly. They started supporting their bloggers. Their bloggers became their celebrity, no longer R. Kelly. And you can see about it when you go on different people's chat. You know what I mean? They forgot that they were supposed to be advocating for R. Kelly themselves because they don't pull their bloggers and say, wait a minute, is this not about you? This is about R. Kelly. Like, did you read this rebuttal too? Did you read this too? Like, your name is in this. Dana, you didn't put that in there. They can say a whole lot of shit, but you did not do that. So I don't know what to say, but all the work that you are, and I have did some stories on R. Kelly. Not a lot, like I did last year, but I did some stories about R. Kelly, but I'm not an R. Kelly blogger, but there are a lot of you who strongly only advocate for R. Kelly. This just was a slap in the face. Like somebody came in and really just tore down your whole 12 months of work. And it's sad. It's sad because we done got beat up.
Tell Dallas to call me tonight.
I called out our names. You not called everything. And just me being an advocate of injustice and supporting R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and everything else, I get beat up. So being an ally for the R. Kelly bloggers, you get backlash too. We have literally just, what this indictment just did, and they named our blogger on our side. On our side, the Kel side. It don't matter if we get along or not. This is the side that was supposed to be for R. Kelly. It just was a slap in the face. That person came in and just immediately wiped out all the work we've done for 14 months. 14 months of work just went down the toilet. So it's not about you liking him or he liking you or you liking her over there or they liking me or whatever. It went down the toilet today.
Yeah.
So when we come on, why even keep doing it? It just went down the toilet. We keep pushing and we keep fighting, but somebody came in.
I'm going to keep rebuilding. I'm not giving up.
I'm not giving up either, but they came in to destroy 14 months of work.
Well, like I said, Don Russell gave a directive for him to do, and he did it. He did it. And then I'm going to say this. James Locklear, I want you to make this make sense. You said Rob don't want nothing to do with Dana. So the other supporters are not going to fuck with Dana. Duh. Here's my thing. I'm glad you said that. Because when you find out that Rob is the one that really loves me and that I will always be there, I want you to sit there and watch everybody that follows, everybody that believes that. I want you to sit there and watch the whole shit unfold in your face.
But see, Dana, here's the thing. You don't even have to explain that. You should even explain that to no one. What Rob feels for you and what you feel for him, that doesn't need no explaining.
But the thing is that
that doesn't matter. What matters is that rebuttal you just read and who name was included in it. And if somebody talk about you not for R. Kelly, the rebuttal said the name. The United States government on a document with their letterhead put a name in their indictment on a blogger. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody else calls me Dana ain't for this ain't even about Dana. Did you read the rebuttal? This is what people don't get. Did you read the rebuttal? This ain't about Dana.
I've been said that.
You know what I'm saying? This is what people do. They want to sit there, Dana this and Dana that, or this person this and this person that. No. What that rebuttal said today is the only thing a motherfucker should be commenting on.
And it's not about Dana.
People commenting on ain't talking about shit.
And it's not about Dana.
It's not about Dana. Put that damn rebuttal back up there and tell them to read that. Read that. And highlight some sections in which they need to focus on. It's not about Dana ain't for even if you wasn't for R. Kelly, so the fuck what?
Yo. I'm live.
Black and white is what counts. But let me look on and let me back all in. All right.
Levi, call in. I love y'all back, Tasha. What's up? Hold on. You're live, bro.
Hey, can y'all hear me real good?
Man, nigga, if you talk loud, we can.
Well, damn, nigga, talk loud, goddammit. My voice is loud enough, nigga.
So the fuck what, nigga?
Hey, I'm about to. Hey, what's up? How many cream and sugar in it? Two cream-free sugars. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, I'm about to take this earpiece out, and I'm about to speak to you in such a way that I'm going to put people in, all of the listeners will be privy to the conversations that you and I have in private, the tone that is normally taken.
Right.
And I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm going to talk to my younger brother, Dana, as I've always talked to him. But in most cases, he's had the luxury of me speaking to him in private. Does that mean that every time I've said something to him that I was right and he was wrong? No. Sometimes your big brother can be wrong. However, your big brother or your little brother, when it comes to being brothers, you always speak it how you feel it.
Right.
And in this case, considering that a man that you love, a man that I love, has one more chance up the bat to hit a home run and get the hell out of that damn dungeon. This is a very serious time. The other motions that were shot down, I'm about to pull over, bro, and take this earpiece out so y'all can hear me better. But those other motions that were struck down for a reason. And I'm going to say this to everyone that's listening to this. I just listened to my sister spitting fire. 1 second. Take this out. I just listened to my sister spitting fire. And what she said, I took issue with. That's my Detroit sister. I love her. But at the same time, it's time for all of us to choose a side. It is time for all of us to keep it 100.
115 code 4.
The words that I'm about to speak to Dana, I'm not going to hold back because right now my cousin's life is on the goddamn line. And when you consider how crucial this is, with the coronavirus seeping through that damn prison, that's what it is, a prison, and other prisons throughout America, the decisions that have been made thus far can cost him his life. The sister spitting fire said, well, we don't want any, I'm paraphrasing, we don't want any of the R. Kelly YouTube bloggers, the advocates for R. Kelly, to be locked up. She made several references to this guy, the midget. I don't call his name, and I'm not going to call his name. She made several inferences and references painting him as a R. Kelly supporter. She said that what he did, I know that the things he did, he may have thought that he was working to help R. Kelly. Well, my question to you all and my question to my dear sister Spitting Fire is, when I originated the idea of $1 for the King, and within 5 minutes, called Dana, got him on the phone, and we tweaked it, 15, 20 minutes later, Dana took the ball and ran with it. When a quarterback hikes the ball, that is the best running back you can have. When you snap it and you give it to him, then he runs that shit into the end zone. Taking blocks, running straight at the defense. I've always given Dana credit for that. I've never tried to take $1 for the King and claim it as my own. I've always shared that with Dana because he did the legwork. He got on the phone with Attorney Anton. He made sure that it was implemented. However, to my dear sister Spitting Fire and those who are listening, was the midget advocating for R. Kelly when he attacked $1 for the King the first day it came out? Fund that was set up not in its original state, but that which brought a twist, a marketing tool, a strategy to what Attorney Anton had already set up. The brand, the name, such to the extent that nobody even talks about the R. Kelly Legal Defense Fund. People refer to it as $1 for the King. The same way people don't say the Affordable Care Act, they say Obamacare. Because of that brand was able to boost the Affordable Care Act. So my question to Spitting Fire, these are real questions. And when a man's life is on the line, R. Kelly, we have to be real as hell about this. Did the midget have R. Kelly's best interest? Was he an advocate for R. Kelly? Was he a YouTube blogger for R. Kelly when he came out the first goddamn day and told everyone that $1 for the King was fake and Dana and I were stealing money and don't donate to $1 for the King, goddammit? Y'all gonna have to choose a goddamn side because my cousin's life is on the line. He could die in there with that goddamn virus. And we're going to have to call it how it is. Was the midget advocating for R. Kelly when he infiltrated the rally? And one day or 2 days, a few days after going to the rally, something Dana J was spearheading. I know that the women of him too were involved. I'm not taking anything from them. But the truth of the matter is 8 months ago, or however long ago it was, I did a post on my channel, Levi for Kelly, saying that I support Dana J and his efforts in the rally, or his rally. Nobody complained then. Nobody said, Levi, what do you mean? It's not, Dana J is not the one that's doing this rally. No one said a goddamn thing back then. days after that, this same midget came right after Dana J. A man who had, whether he was the head organizer, whatever involvement, we know that he was the key instrumental individual who caused people to go down there to support my cousin. My question is, what did Dana J do to this son of a bitch that would cause him to go on social media and say, Dana, don't come back to Chicago? That would cause him to go on social media and lie and say that Attorney Greenberg told him face to face that Dana J was stealing money, setting an environment where Dana could have been killed, shot, maimed because of this so-called man's goddamn lies. What did Dana do to him to cause him to do that? You all may not believe this or understand this, but I know the most devious, treacherous, scandalous person in the goddamn world is someone who can bear false witness against the person, slander a person, lie on a person. That is one of the 10 commandments. You don't bear false witness and lie and say Attorney Greenberg told me that Dana J was stealing money. And those who heard him say that all of a sudden became friends with him, came and tried to put that to the side. I'm going to talk today, goddammit. And I want everyone to listen to me because it is my cousins whose life is on the line. It is Dana, his mentor, whose life is on the line. Now, I ask Spit and Fire again. Was the midget advocating for R. Kelly when he did that? When he did 10, 15 videos after that, bashing $1 for the king, coming against the brother Block, saying fuck Block Bender, coming against every goddamn blogger who was sincere, even though we all didn't get along, we didn't agree on everything, but it was that individual who came in to the YouTube streets to divide everyone. This is when the question came up. He said first, Levi and R. Kelly cousin, I don't even see his face. I don't see no pictures with him and R. Kelly. Why you only show the side of his face? Understand this. It was this individual who started all this shit. I had never heard of him. I don't know him, don't want to know him. I'm minding my business over here, trying to help my cousin. It was this individual who came at a man that he didn't even fucking know. A man who was made in the streets of Detroit. And when certain events took place, the same man that he came at for no reason told people to stand down. Everyone that know what happened know I'm telling the truth. It was me, who said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they should be called the children of God. We're not going to handle that like that in a retaliatory sense. So I said to Dana, haven't you seen what this snake has done? Trying to destroy $1 for the king, trying to get you killed, dividing everybody in these goddamn YouTube streets. And Dana said, yes, I see. And I said to him as my little brother, I said, don't you ever go nowhere near that nigga. That's a dangerous dude. That is a cutthroat nigga who has lived his entire life beating women down, turning his back on his own goddamn kids, caring about himself and only himself. Dana agreed. Then the video surfaced with this same individual talking about my cousin like a dog, talking about R. Kelly like a goddamn dog. A video that he forgot to erase was presented to me by Dana J. He said, man, you were right. Look at this. When I saw it, I was so angry because I knew he was a snake and I knew he's never liked R. Kelly. He's never been an advocate of R. Kelly's. And the video confirmed it. You don't say, it's one thing to say, I believe R. Kelly did it, or I believe he's guilty. He didn't say that. Anyone that saw that video can bear witness that all he did was talk about R. Kelly as a dope dealing singer and talk about, he expressed sentiments to let everyone know that he was jealous of R. Kelly growing up in Chicago. He let everyone know who listened to that video, you heard it in his voice. Yeah, they're going to lock his ass up like Bill. Yeah, and they talking about he down at the studio about to commit suicide, with his goofy ass. Oh, goofy ass R. Kelly. Everybody know that he pissed on the girl. He said that, not me. What he expressed in that video showed everyone that he has disdain for R. Kelly and has always had disdain for R. Kelly. But what did he do? He used these YouTube supporters to literally eat off of them, taking $300 from Tawana, talking about her like a dog, attacking every single blogger for no goddamn reason. Then I look up, and Dana is back messing with him. And I said, man, wait a minute. I looked down the street, Dana sitting on his porch. And I said to Dana, bro, we done. I told you how dangerous this guy is. And I was done with Dana. But the only thing that brought me back to Dana was I knew that my cousin has love for Dana. And I knew that Dana had made a serious mistake. And I said, well, I cannot weigh Dana in such a way where I don't consider the good that he's done for my cousin. So we talked for a minute. It was touch and go. And I said, cool, bro. I don't give a damn about how people say why you mess with Dana. I have to judge people for themselves. Just as you all should judge people for themselves. Look at what they've done. So to the dear sister spitting fire, it's time to choose a side. For each and every one of you listening, it's time to choose a side. That dude has never been for R. Kelly. Everything that he's done, even going up in the courtroom filming, was to try to get donations. To lie and say that my cousin spoke to him, or everything has been about money. When he sat and cried and people sent him money, a week later he came back on there and said, I need some more money. I need money. I need money. Hit the like button. Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your money. And somebody commented and said, why don't you talk about R. Kelly? He snapped at that person and said, this ain't about no R. Kelly today. It's about me. I'm the one that's trying to get this money. So how can we go from that and then the dear sister spitting fire say, well, all the R. Kelly bloggers, and we need to look at what the other side has done and let them know what the other side has done. Do you all understand that everybody that is supposedly on this side is not for R. Kelly? Do you all understand that this man has only been caught in his own goddamn trap? Do you all understand that this is the best news that the true supporters of my cousin R. Kelly can receive? Can't you see God working? Doesn't the Psalm say the trap that they laid for me, now my enemies are in the trap that they laid for me? Well, the midget is in the trap. He's in the trap because he's never been genuine. He has used God to try to pimp R. Kelly supporters. He's used God even. He talks God and Kevin's blessings and shit to get money out of people using God. man carries himself a certain way. I don't give a damn what nobody says. That man's ass deserves to go to prison, and he is going. For the simple fact that he would take a decent, loving man like my cousin and use him to pimp and use and abuse people, especially women. Do you all think for a second, excuse me, for a second, do you think that my cousin would approve of him or anybody attacking Azriel Clary? I don't care how their relationship dissolved. Have you ever seen my cousin attacking Drea? He was with her for years. She bore his children. He didn't attack her when she turned on him. So it makes you think that he would agree with the midget or anybody else attacking Azriel Clary. Do you think that my cousin, R. Kelly, would agree with this man, the midget, taking $300 from Tawana and then dogging her and making fun of her? Do you think my cousin would agree with his cohorts attacking Mama Mary, calling her B's and H's and saying, I hope you die of the coronavirus? Sister Spitfire, if we gonna talk about this, let's talk about it. How did we go from organizing rallies, $1 for the king, all these bloggers doing with their due diligence, trying to help and assist R. Kelly, to now bloggers putting people's credit reports on the goddamn screen, attacking children and attacking the elderly? How did we get to this? And who started this shit? It was the midget who set the tone for this shit. And it is the midget who has to pay a price now legally. That motion, him name being mentioned in that motion, that response ain't shit compared to what he's going to really face. This is serious, people. So if you're going to act in such a way where you're going to give these people an excuse not to grant R. Kelly's motion, then God is going to put your ass in prison. That's a fact. Dana said a minute ago before I came on, we had our differences, but I don't want to see him go to jail. We had our differences, and this, that, and the third. Well, damn, Dana. Here's a man that has done everything to see you go to jail. Here's a man that has done everything, including lie on you, which could have cost you your life. We have to quit sympathizing with snakes, devils, and people who are dangerous and people who draw first blood on us, attack us, do everything to try to destroy us, and then God puts them in a trap, and now you want to sympathize with them? You want to sympathize with people who can call an elderly woman like Mama Mary B's and H's and say, I hope you die of the coronavirus? Mama Mary, as a young child who was in the cotton fields picking cotton, who came through the civil rights struggle, who has been a black woman in America catching hell, and now she has to hear a middle-aged 42-year-old woman attack her? And y'all gonna side with this shit? Y'all gonna make excuses for these people? Huh? Putting Sister Sylvia's credit report on social media, which is a goddamn felony? Y'all gonna side with that and try to make excuses for that shit?
Who siding with what? Wait.
Go ahead, brother.
Wait, no, but I'm not siding with nothing. I'm not siding with nothing. What I'm saying is plain and simple of what it is. It shouldn't even have gotten to this point. That's the first thing. It shouldn't have got to this point. And as far as sympathizing, nah. For him, there's no sympathy for him.
What I'm saying to you, my brother, is your man's is up to bat.
That's why I said it's no sympathy for him.
Yes, sir. But listen, if God forbid he strikes out again, I don't even want to say it. This is serious. So when you have I'm not directing this at you as a person. I'm saying in general.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't want anybody telling me that everybody who pretend to be on this side is on this side. There are people in here with interest, with a docuseries. There are people in here with all kind of schemes, all kind of fraudulent plans to make money off of R. Kelly. There are people in here who said openly that I don't think he's innocent. But now all of a sudden they pretending that he is. Several people. There are people in here on this side supposedly talking about they're going to move their kids in with them and move in with them. Hell no. You're not going to be able to pull that on me. We must choose a side. Either we're on my cousin's side or we're not. I've said it 1,000 times. Angelo Clary, grown man, teen truth. They could never be his real true enemies. They are his open enemies. It is not them that you have to watch. It's the ones closest to you. It's the ones that on one day they saying R. Kelly nothing but a dope dealing singer, lock his ass up. Yeah, they about to lock his ass up like Bill. Yeah, everybody know he peed on a girl. And then the next day when they see they can make some goddamn money, it's free Kels. It's free Kels, but hit my cash app. Bless me, but free Kels. Fuck that. When y'all see people doing shit in a fraudulent way, in an unethical way, in an immoral way, attacking older women, calling them B's and H's, doing things that my cousin would never approve of. It is incumbent upon y'all. It is your responsibility to unsubscribe. Leave them alone. Never allowing people to put R. Kelly's name and face on their videos, but doing all the dirt in the goddamn world. All the dirt in the world. This man is fighting for his life. I was the one, the only blogger standing alone, saying to everyone that none of his attorneys should be associated with any bloggers. I said that. Dana will bear witness. I spoke with Anton with Dana on the phone 1 or 2 times. Dana would bear witness. I never tried to contact him again and try to get him on my channel. That's inappropriate. There's a such thing as attorney-client privilege. I knew it was inappropriate. But now he's facing this. He's facing this. I'm not perfect. Dana's not perfect. No one's perfect. But at the same time, you will never convince me that the midget and these other people are for R. Kelly. Facts are facts. He's never even explained why he said what he said, calling him a dope dealing singer. He only brushed over it. He never really explained, well, what was your change of heart? What changed to make you change? Because he didn't change. He just wanted some goddamn change. So he flipped it, and a lot of these fools donated money to him. Damn fools. But you see how God works? Now he has to pay a hell of a price. Filming in a federal courtroom and lying to federal authorities is serious. They didn't even mention that in the motions. They got so much shit, you ain't gonna believe it. But at the end of the day, I'll say it again. Just because they say they're for R. Kelly, we can't say they're for R. Kelly. We can't call these people YouTube bloggers that are advocating for R. Kelly when we see them that they are moving in ways that he would not approve of. What we see is all about trying to get money, trying to get likes, trying to get some recognition, trying to benefit themselves. Lying on people, putting people in harm's way, putting people's children, their babies on a goddamn screen, committing felonies in the name of R. Kelly. So I love the sister spitting fire. She know I do, but at the same time, I have to say it across the board. There is no sympathy or empathy for those who don't have any for R. Kelly. for those who have tried to pimp that man's name. And I'll end it by saying this. I have sworn an oath. Me. I don't throw a stone and hide my hand. Go look at the town hall meetings. I, myself, R. Kelly's cousin Levi, said any and every one who has exploited my cousin, who has acted in ways that have in fact hindered him from getting bail and bond, I'm going to make sure that y'all asses are dealt with legally. I'm going to make sure y'all asses are locked the fuck up. They said some people said somebody inside of the courthouse was the one that called and turned the midget in when he was in there filming. I ain't no snake. I ain't no person that throws a stone and hide my hand. I don't hide behind a goddamn tree. I don't run from nobody. I run to you. Where we're from, we don't run from nobody. We run towards you. We don't do no goddamn drive-bys, niggas. We walk by, nigga. We don't drive by. We walk by where I'm from. I said it. It was me who turned that bastard in. Because I knew that we would get to this point where now my cousin only has one more shot to get out that goddamn place, and the two strikes were strictly because of what these people have done. You cannot love R. Kelly and then love people who work against them. Give a goddamn how much they say free R. Kelly. I'm going to say it again. You cannot truly support, advocate for, and love R. Kelly, but at the same time embrace people who are working behind the scenes against him. That's a fact. Go back to the midget's first video when Don Russell, when he got the call and the guy said, quote unquote, Don wants you to call him. He has some work for you. How many of you would call a strange or tell a person to call a strange person you never met before and say, call them and tell them I got some work for them? You don't say that about people you don't know. He was sent in, goddammit, and he thought he had accomplished his mission. He didn't know at the end of the road there would not be a pot of gold. There would be a goddamn cot and a toilet, stainless steel toilet and goddamn sink in a goddamn jail cell for him. And as I said before, where we from, we don't run from nothing and no one. We run to your ass. We don't do drive-bys where we from. We walk by, goddammit. Now he can do whatever he want to do, but I tell you this, he's going to prison. Believe that shit. And he got strikes against him already. He's an ex-goddamn felon. Take it how you want to take it, but take it, goddammit. My cousin didn't deserve this shit. How in the hell can he sit in a jail cell and read an emotion, someone's name, a YouTube blogger that he's never met before, will never meet, don't know him, but now they're able to connect him with a man that's innocent. Now they're able to take his dirty deeds and put it on my cousin. Ain't that a bitch? Hell no. Hell no. You got to pay a price for it. And I'm the goddamn cashier, nigga. I'll talk to you later, Dana. Love y'all.
All right, later. Well, shit. Everybody else calling. Somebody else call in. Jesus. That nigga say he the cashier. That nigga Levi say he the cashier. Woo. Man. Oh, I believe you, Keish. I'm just, it just get me like, yo, like, I'm still stuck with Mama B. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still stuck with Mama B. But call in 470-355-8221. And I thank everybody for donating. Trust me, I do. This goes back to the channel. I'm still waiting for Spitting Fire to send a little green screen. Thank you, Miss Charlotte Bennett. But yeah, call in 470-355-8221. I'm just spitting fire. All of my sis. I mean, hey, I need 9 more likes. Can I get 9 more likes? Oh, okay, Natalie. I mean, you can go. Well, thank you so much, Miss Shelley Jackson. Hey, but I had to call you because I know you wasn't gonna call in time, so I had to call you. Hold on, caller. Mama Mary on the phone. So what you think about everything that just happened?
What just happened? I just got in the house.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
What just happened?
Well, you know, they put Tyson in a rebuttal. And then they tried to include Doug with that, of why they trying to deny Rob of coming home. So, you know, I talked to Doug today, and Doug pretty much, you know, assured me that he was okay. So Doug
is okay.
Doug assured me that Doug was okay.
Okay.
But the government ain't done, because they actually, once you, like I was telling the people over here in the chat, once you hit the rebuttal from the federal government, they have to bring charges now. They have to. If not, that's that's defamation of character. So they have to bring charges. Now the problem is, do he get his own charges or do he get RICO charges?
Okay.
But I'll say this. Oh, Miss Bridget, are you straight? But I'll say this, Mama Mary, just go watch the replay. And I'm gonna come back live late on the night again. Okay. I know you'll call in.
Hey, I just walked in the house. I'm gonna go watch it. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll call you back later.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm only gonna take a slim few calls because I'm gonna shut this down, and then I'm gonna come right back because I'm doing a cooking show tonight. So anybody that want to cook with me tonight, I'm doing air fried chicken wings. Now I know a lot of y'all saying, how you gonna work that out, Dana? Because you got to put them in grease, right? I'm gonna show y'all that you don't have to put it in grease. Nah, Angie, I don't play about Sylvia. Yeah, Bridget, it's really getting real. I'm gonna open up. It's 8:21. I'm gonna open up for 4 more minutes for somebody to call in. Hey, you're live on Live and Uncut with your host, Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
It's your sister. I just called to tell you, because you talking about when you doing a cooking show. I was just called to tell you that you steal my ideas, and if any money you get from this cooking show, you better break me off some. Bye.
Wait a minute. No, she didn't do that to me. Wait a minute. No, she didn't. You live on Raw and Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Miss B. Listen, I'm off the case now. I'm free. I'm freelance, so I can speak to you just on myself and my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, our opinions are legal. Okay, all of our opinions are legal.
Okay.
One thing I will say, you are in the good, Dana. I've been studying you. I've been studying Dubowski. I've been studying DJ. I've been studying Hollywood Next. I've been studying Texas Diamond, whatever. I've been studying Toxic Diamond. I've been studying all of y'all. Y'all never knew who I was. But see, I have the right as an American to speak to y'all because personally, I am on board for R. Kelly. Okay?
Okay.
There are many of us. Okay?
Okay.
There are many of us out here that we don't get on the social media. I and maybe a few others will get on social media to see what y'all talking about. We are just paid to tell the truth and squiggle out the truth amongst people. Okay? As y'all call the snakes. I love R. Kelly. I grew with him. See, I grew with R. Kelly. So what I'm gonna tell you is, yes, I'm off the case. They released me, and I'm gone. I'm done. But there is a black coalition that's behind this. So now it's getting dangerous. Now it's getting more where people are going to be arrested. I cannot tell you over the phone who's going to be arrested, but it won't be you. It won't be Hollywood Next. That's all I can tell you. You have some questions for me?
No. And the only reason is because
my time is limited now. I can't stay on here with y'all no more.
Right.
I can't do it.
Right. I know it's certain things that you can talk about and certain things you can't in a black coalition, but if you're talking about, correct me if I'm wrong and correct me if I'm in the same ballpark. I'm not going to use names. I'm going to use initials. And
okay.
And the initials, one is BH. The main thing is RM.
Mm-hmm.
The next main thing is the owner of Sony. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. See, you're getting close. That's why I can't say anything.
Right.
Y'all, it's beyond y'all.
Right. But I know I'm on the right path. That's why
your supporters. No, let me say this. Your supporters, the one who's not real, and up in there to play and lollygag and all of that. And, oh, hey, how you doing? And on the Bolsky stuff and on DJ stuff and Hollywood Next, y'all better watch it. They don't really weed out your people. Now, I'm speaking for the black people. You can listen now or pay for it later. And I have to go.
All right.
Please do not give this number out. This number is a dead number. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you give this number out, you will be in trouble, Dana.
I ain't giving a number out. I'm about to erase it.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too, Miss B, but I'm about to erase it because I really don't want the number.
Erase it. Get rid of it. If it comes back here, we got a big problem.
Oh, no, we don't got no problem. I'm good.
I love you. And we've been rowing for you for a long time. So, see, and I'm the main one supporter of you. Don't matter about who you got in your chat.
Right.
I'm the one that's controlling some people's lives. Y'all never knew who I was. Now you know. And I love you, though.
All right, love you too, Ms. B.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Toya, call me ASAP. Nigga, only for you, boy. Once again, I want to thank Ruth for this. I want to thank Ruthie for this. And it stays close by my computer. Thank you so much. Shit. But like I said, I'm in this for the long haul. Man, look, let me erase this motherfucking number. I don't want no parts of this shit. Fuck all that. Thank you. All right, all these joints erased. I ain't playing no games with that one. Shit. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up off here for a little bit. Man, Natalie, I'm going to say this, and I'm glad you said that. Many people have no idea what is going on. They are getting blinded. I see this on Twitter. Makes me shake my head. I'm going to be honest with you. Man. That's all I can say is man. All right. Let me get out of here, y'all. I got to get prepared. I'll be back in 10 minutes. So at 8:40 p.m., go to your kitchens. Get your chicken wings ready. Get your batter, whether it's whatever batter you're going to use. Get your batter. And get your air fryers ready. Because we're going to go in today. All right? The best 45 minutes of your life. We're going to go in today. And I don't know why my sister, I stole her idea. I mean, I was just coerced into this because I did a test run on myself and people was like, damn, Dana, that looks so good. So in 10 minutes, I'll be back on the Dana J Cooking Show returns. All right. I thank everybody for being here. Now, I realize I just lost some subscribers because I went from 3.17K to now I'm at 3.16K. I thank y'all for leaving. Everybody that left, I have no hard feelings. It's all good. It is what it is. Hey, what can I say? If you leave, then, I mean, it's a reason why you left. There's no need to keep flip-flopping. Go to where you want to go. I'm not dictating nobody. So remember 5 things. Number 1, keep God in everything you do. Rule number 2, you dispel negativity and hate with positivity and love and truth. Rule number 3, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Rule number 4, be someone important. Be yourself, because you are always important. Rule number 5, elephants don't swat flies. I see y'all in 8 minutes. All right. God bless.